going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to your first time here. If you like videos about prepping, survival, self-reliance, and other related topics, then be sure to subscribe and turn notifications so I'll be notified each time that I upload a new video. Doesn't it seem like that everything that the federal government is doing right now is to the detriment of the country as a whole? Doesn't it seem like they are trying their best to destroy the country financially, morally, completely, on all fronts? And a lot of people seem to be confused about why that is. You know, they're asking themselves, why in the world would Americans, like the people who are in Congress, the Senate, the President, all of his administration, are supposedly Americans. So why would they be trying to destroy their own country? I mean, their kids, their grandkids, their future generations have to live here, so why would they want to destroy the country? And the truth of the matter is that our federal government has been captured by foreign entities. They are in control of the country now. They are making the policy decisions that are coming through the Biden administration. They're all bought and paid for. They've all succumbed to bribery, blackmail, threats, corruption, and they're doing what they're told by their globalist masters. And that's what is happening to the country. That's why that it seems like, and it's actually the fact, that people are sitting around, a table discussing how they can more quickly destroy this country financially, morally, militarily. And that's what's happening. And that's the puzzle that most people can't seem to solve, because they don't look no further than, the Biden administration, the federal government, or Congress. But it's further than that. There's people behind the curtain, like I said, foreign globalist entities who actually have captured the government, who are actually in control. And that's why we're seeing all the things we're seeing now. And that's why we see things like, the United States releasing money, millions of dollars, I forget the exact amount now, to Iran. And people are asking why, if we're wanting to get a war with Iran, would we release, money to Iran? Because they want mass destruction. They're trying to help Iran to get better prepared to kill more Americans, to sink more aircraft carriers, to do more damage to the United States. It is puzzling, but you have to look past, our federal government here in the United States, because it's been captured, like I said. When you realize that, and you accept that the people who are in control aren't our federal government, it isn't the Biden administration. Like I said, they have been captured, they are corrupt, they've been blackmailed, they're evil, they're possessed, in my opinion. So what we're seeing now is definitely a coordinated attempt to destroy the country. Just look at the United States here at the southern border, and actually the northern border somewhat, but not nearly as bad as the southern border right now. What we're seeing is a mass invasion from all over the world coming into the United States. And you know that these people who are supposedly in control of the federal government, the Biden regime, Congress, the Senate, they know that you can't have, unchecked immigration that way. Illegal immigration is coming into the country by 250, 300,000 every single month. They know it's not sustainable, and they know that it's not going to increase our strength, our prosperity. They know it's going to cause more crime, more destruction, more shortages of resources and things like that. They know this already, and they know eventually it's going to cause, more likely a race war, a revolution, when they try to take the country over completely for themselves, or what's left of it, in my opinion, is what's going to happen. But they know this, and they know this. They're not stupid. Joe Biden is. He is so old that he is completely incompetent to do anything. He is just a puppet with, a hand up his rear end, with a puppet master actually pulling the strings. The puppet master, more than likely, in my opinion, is probably Barack Hussein Obama, but he's working for globalists also. He's not the head of the snake. There's people above him, but he's one of the ones controlling Joe Biden, in my opinion, the Biden administration. He's the president right now of this country, or the destroyer of this country right now, in my opinion. But they know that border being open that way isn't good for the country, and they know what it's going to cause. But still yet, they're fighting every way they can to keep that open. We have Texas, who is saying they're trying to close the border, but they're closing just one part of the border, and they're just moving over somewhere else and coming through, into New Mexico and California and places, different locations besides where Texas has that blocked off at. But still yet, the Biden administration sued Texas to try to get to open that border up. And they act like in the media that you have, the border security, the border patrol, neck and neck fighting with, Texas to try to open that border up. The Texas are trying to take it over. That's not the case from what I've seen from videos. I've not been down there, but what I've seen from videos, they're actually working together, the border patrol in Texas is, and there's really no animosity. But we're being told something else. We see the spending, the massive debt, and they are spending like there's no tomorrow. And they know that it's not sustainable. That they know it's going to have severe economic consequences for us here in the United States through inflation and other things that's happening right now with the economy. But still yet, they spend trillions upon trillions of dollars. We are in massive debt, but still yet, they want to, and fighting to, give money to Ukraine, more money to Ukraine. And I think the number was $600 billion, not million, but $600 billion. And I think it was $40 billion to Israel. And just spend. And you have all these illegals coming over here, all these foreigners coming over here. It has to be taken care of. They're getting free medical, free food, free debit cards on the taxpayer. More money. It's just like they're trying to figure out. They wake up every day. How can we spend more money more quickly? How can we get more people across the border more quickly? And we see the whole thing with the war has been going on. The United States will fund other countries, will send other countries, like Iran, millions of dollars. And people can't understand why we would do that if we're actually enemies with Iran. The fact of the matter is, the people who are actually running the country here in the United States and the Biden administration aren't really enemies with Iran. So they're telling our corrupt federal government to send this money and release this money to Iran so they can build up their military might more officially. I know it doesn't make any sense, but if you look at it, in reality, that our government has been captured by foreign entities that don't even live in this country for the most part. And they are controlling everything behind the scenes, and it makes a lot of sense. They're doing what they can to destroy this country. And we see the United States trying, the Biden regime, trying every way they can to provoke a war with someone. They tried to provoke a war with Russia. They spent billions of dollars inside Ukraine and still wanting to give more billions in weapons and support to Ukraine because they're trying to entice Russia to attack first. And I think we're going to see eventually, if Russia doesn't take the bait, we're going to see a false flag happen. They're going to blame on Russia as an excuse for NATO to directly attack Russia. Possibly. Like I said, it's difficult to know what's actually going on because there's so much manipulation. There's so much mind control and lies, and just it's very difficult to know what's actually going on. And we see in the Middle East what's happening right now, and it supposedly all started when Hamas was obviously allowed to come into Israel and kill civilians in Israel. And then we see the retaliation from Israel when they're leveling hospitals, they're leveling schools, they're killing children, whoever. It's target-rich environment is what it is, and that's all, in my opinion, to entice Hezbollah to attack, to entice Iran to attack. That way the United States can look like they are the victims, and Iran, like I've said before, isn't weak. They're powerful. And the people who are in control, who are actually in control know this. They know the capabilities of Iran. And they know that when that happens, that if they can entice Iran to attack, in my opinion, that the United States will respond, and then we will suffer a defeat. And that's what they want, in my opinion. But I don't think that what's happening in the Middle East right now is going to cause World War III to break out. I thought that it might. I also thought that the thing with Russia and Ukraine might be the trigger point to cause, World War III to break out. But I don't think so. I think they're doing everything they can to weaken the United States all the way around, morally, physically, financially, militarily. That's why we're seeing all these wars happening right now to weaken the United States, in my opinion. Then I think China is building up, and China's going to take Taiwan because they want the microchips. They want that manufacturing. But they want to take Taiwan and want to lead those microchip manufacturing facilities in place. They don't want those destroyed. So that's a puzzle to deal with, I would say, trying to figure out how to do that without destroying those. And when Russia, or not Russia, but China, decides to invade Taiwan, they've said 2024, so who knows? But when they decide to, and they actually invade Taiwan to take Taiwan, because they want to control those microchips and that manufacturing, because that is a big part of the economy. And that would really boost, the Chinese economy and power and influence around the world. Japan and North Korea also rely heavily on those microchips from Taiwan. So more than likely, that will drag Japan and South Korea into that war also to help Taiwan. But they don't want China in control of those microchips and that manufacturing process there in Taiwan. So, when that happens, that's going to drag the United States and NATO directly into conflict with China and North Korea, Iran, Russia, because it'll break out into World War III. Then I think that's going to be the trigger point right there, in my opinion. It's going to cause World War III. I don't think Ukraine or Russia is going to cause it. I don't think that Israel and Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran is going to cause it to happen. It's going to be, the trigger point's going to be when China invades Taiwan to take control of those microchips to help their economy, help their power globally. China's economy isn't all that great from what I can find out, but if they could control those microchips, that manufacturing process, they could control a lot of what goes on in the world, because I think it was 90% of those microchips that's pretty much in everything right now comes from Taiwan. And like I said, the United States, the world's relied on those. But Japan definitely is, and they're manufacturing there, and South Korea. So that's going to drag Japan and South Korea into that, and they are United States and NATO allies and a part of NATO. When that happens, you're going to see North Korea attack South Korea, no doubt 100%, because more than likely China will send the word down, attack, because they're attacking us here over our invasion of Taiwan. So you want to have North Korea to attack, South Korea. That's going to be the trigger point for World War III, in my opinion. You know what you think in the comments below? Do you think I'm completely off with this video? I could be, but I don't think so. The United States, federal government, and a lot of the state governments also, but especially that federal government, has been captured by foreign entities who don't have the best interest in the United States at heart. They want the United States destroyed, brought down, weakened for this future World War III that we see coming. In my opinion, like I said, I don't think I'm wrong, but I could be. And if you think I'm wrong, don't just say you're wrong, explain why I'm wrong in the comments below. Because I want to know where I'm wrong at, what mistake did I make. I don't know everything either, I don't claim to. However, don't just say, you're wrong. It's all Biden. Let me know why. Where am I wrong at? What's the reason? That helps people a lot more than just posting a random comment as you're wrong or you're an idiot, you're a fool or whatever. Post why with facts. If you can't do that, there's no reason in actually commenting and saying you're wrong, because you had no facts, you had nothing to back it up. And like I said, I could be, but I want you to prove it if I am. Anyway, if you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be Creekmore Matter, and I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully.